Good afternoon to all our viewers. You are watching the special Salve Live simulcast of the SEC Facebook page and my Salve social media channels. I'm Salve Duplito, your host for this afternoon. When I'm not here, I fulfill my managing editor and head writer duties for On the Money, a show in the ABS-CBN News channel. I'm also trained as a financial advisor, and just last year, I also started my own company called Empower and Transform to bring financial education to everybody, lalong-lalo na sa mga marginalized and disenfranchised. Nitong pandemya po, na-realize natin na kailangan natin mag-reinvent ng mga paraan para maabot ang ating mga kababayan. And in my quarter-century career in the media, this is the first time that I have seen financial shows evolve this quickly. Hinaluan natin ang kantahan, ulitan at katulad dito, mga digital solutions so that more Filipinos can transform into the best versions of themselves. Meron na po tayong mga YouTube live shows every Saturday with financial experts covering topics as varied as entrepreneurship, investing, and financial planning. Meron tayong mga Facebook lives like this, and pinasok natin ang Kumu para maabot natin ang mga bagets at OFW. Sa totoo lang po, nakakatakot maging live streamer para sa mga tita na katulad ko. This live show for the SEC is another one of these innovations, bringing your government closer to you. Now, para wala kayong ma-miss every week, ito lang po ang tatandaan natin, Salve Ses. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or kumuman yan. So if you're watching right now, please don't forget to share this stream. Bigyan ko kayo ng ilang segundo para tawagin ang mga kabarangay ninyo. Let's go! Dahil apaka-importante na pag-uusapan natin ngayon. As you well know, COVID has forced us to stay indoors to stem the spread of coronavirus and save people's lives. Paano naman ang compliance ng ating mga negosyante sa reportorial requirements ng SEC? Well, iyong mahabang pila, mawawala na because the SEC is launching its online submission tool. Kaya naman ang title ng show natin ngayon ay sabi ng SEC, kaya not today. Di na kailangan masira ang ating mga beauty sa pila. But I will let SEC Commissioner Kelvin Lee tell you all about it. Hi, Commissioner!
Hi, Salve. Afternoon.
Kumusta?
Okay naman. It's been an interesting year, no? It's been an interesting year for everyone.
Oo nga.
Good to be here.
Sobrang busy kayo. Sabi mo kanina, one of the most interesting things I heard from you earlier backstage ay bumalik na sa pre-pandemic levels ang business registration sa SEC ngayon.
Yes. Salve, what happened kasi when COVID, ECQ all came in last year, no? Medyo, syempre, bumaba yung number of people who could register because it was harder to go out and there wasn't that much interest in siguro opening a business. Pero ang nangyayari lately, I think as of September or so last year, we were coming very close to the old pre-COVID rates of number of people, number of corporations pala being incorporated. And now we're very much there na, no? Roughly 2,000 plus incorporations a month. That's a lot. The fact that we're going back to pre-COVID times na incorporation shows that maraming interested in our economy, maraming interested in to open a business. They see the opportunity, no, in our economy in the Philippines.
What has been the experience, sir, prior to this OST? What has been the experience of the SEC when it comes to business registration times and submitting reportorial requirements?
Well, for OST, before we did all this digital stuff, no, medyo mahirap talaga, especially during the submission time. Na, as a backgrounder pala, Salve, every year kasi we are required by law to submit yung mga corporations, no, are required to submit the general information sheet, the GIS, which tells you nga who are the stockholders and who are the management of a company, and the audited financial statement, which tells you about the financial setup of the company, whether it's incurring a loss, making profit or things like that. And you submit that every year to the SEC. Iba-ibang deadlines, and this used to be all done hard copy. You would have to go to the SEC and submit it with us. And the experience has been, even before pre-COVID, mahaba yung pila kasi nga people tend to file medyo malapit sa deadline. So we'd have so many people within the yes. Grabe, traffic talaga. Pila all the way outside our offices. And that is the experience as well din sa extension offices. So and then when COVID happened, hindi yan pwede. So we set it up that they could send email na initial for all these GIS and AFS. And then after, courier na lang nila, no? Para to avoid nga people magkukumpul-kumpul within the SEC premises. And diba, endangering everyone, not just us, the people at the SEC, but also the public. What happened there is that, syempre, kumpul-kumpul all the documents, and there were so many papers, and every year, we're talking about 6.8 million or so to 7 million pages, yung mga submissions ng ganun, every year. So mahirap talaga. Last year's experience was very hard. No one was prepared.
Sir, ilang kwarto yung gaano kalaki yung warehouse nyo?
we have multiple na set up na warehouse na rin naman just to handle this. Na medyo malaki talaga.
Oo. Saka ilang puno yun?
We looked it up, Ma'am Salve. It's mga 840 trees yata. Parang someone mentioned to me, before this. So that's a lot of trees. We don't want to do that again, which is why yung OST and the online submission to the SEC is timely in the sense that at least mawawala na yung issue na yan. No? It's avoiding people coming to the office, less health risk, and at the same time, more sustainable for everyone. Less trees cut down in effect, less paper use. So we're looking forward to it talaga na it will make a difference for everyone. Sorry.
Mabilis ba, sir, gamitin? Baka naman mamaya pag-click kami ng click, walang nag-o-open. What's the user interface like? And ano ang gusto nyong sabihin sa ating mga viewers on how they can take full advantage of the OST?
Well, siguro, ma'am, several questions there, no, Salve. But it's actually relatively easy to use. Ang problem lang nga yata, from what I'm hearing now, no, from yung feedback, is that siguro growing pains, learning curve. There has been some issues yata with some of the submissions. Walang board resolution. They don't submit the correct secretary certificate. Hindi notarize, things like that. Or sometimes mo overload kasi nga may kulang yata sa filling in of the details. Different technical details. The general rule, if I have gotten some feedback na kaya naman, mabilis naman, it's fairly simple. If you see the user interface, you sign up lang din. And then it's easy in the sense na you click on login or you click on sign in, medyo madali naman yan, no, as a general rule. Also, the issues I understand is coming more from people not knowing how to do it kasi first time, no, which is why we rolled it out early. So to take advantage nga, Salve, we issued it as quickly as we could. So March 15 kami nag-start, which is way before all the deadlines. Yung mga audited financial statements deadline, we moved it to mga June pa magsa-start Yung sa GIS naman, 30 days. So mahaba pa. So there's a lot of time. And plus, the chairman, I know you know the chairman, a friend of ours din, a friend of yours din pala. No? Si Chairman Emil has mentioned several times with the other commissioners that he is very open to possibly extending yung mga ibang deadlines, but to adjust again and to accommodate to the general public. Precisely because learning curve to, no? But it's good for everyone to go OST. We want to accommodate, we want to adjust, we want to try and make sure na kaya ng lahat to do it. Especially considering we're talking about roughly 800,000 kasi na corporations that we are regulating no, na active. Out of the 800,000, 200 plus thousand ang non-stock who are not required to come in. But the 600 plus thousand which are stock corporations required na, mandatory na under our Memorandum Circular 3. So that's a lot.
Yes. So, tingin ko kailangan i-emphasize natin sa mga nanonood ngayon, huwag nyo nang hintayin ang deadline, mga friends. Simulan nyo na ngayon. Kung nakakapag-grab nga sila, Commissioner, di ba? Kung nakakapag-gamit sila ng Grab, nakakagamit sila ng GCash, nakakagamit sila ng ibang apps, kaya din naman. Kaya din naman kung gagawa natin ng paraan, no? Things to remember when doing the registration and submitting the documents, because those are two different processes. You register as a filer. So kailangan ng board resolution yun, sir, 'di ba? Na the company is allowing you to be able to submit the documents. And then when they are going to submit the documents, make sure, 'di ba? Sabi mo kanina, that's what I picked up. Make sure that you have all the right documents.
Yes,
saka yung PDF, and kailangan i-sign talaga nila yung document, no?
Yes, it has to be signed, it has to be notarized. Clarification lang pala, Salve, on the requirement of the board resolution. It's board resolution dictating na sino ang authorized filer on behalf of the corporation, or secretary certificate. So one or the other. No, so you can choose kung gusto mo board, then fine. No. Kasi it's redundant kasi parehas lang. So we encourage nga na for easier for everyone, secretary certificate lang. Just make sure the corporate secretary signs it properly, and then yun nga, it's notarized. The documents are. We've had issues na some submissions kasi walang notarization. Ang point naman namin, the law kasi right now doesn't set us up in such a way na pwede kami magkuha ng documents like that without notary. We're trying to fix it na parang we're trying to check kung paano mga paraan currently. But as it stands, as the law stands now, we do need these documents notarized and then submitted nga sa amin na wet signature pa.
Are there other tips that you would like to share to all our viewers para hindi na mahirapan? Kasi pagka mali yung submission nila, dun nagtatagal, di ba?
That is true. Siguro first tip, try it out nga. Start early, try it out. Enroll na as soon as you can. Kasi I consider it parang digital banking eh. Ako, before the whole COVID thing happened, di ako marunong mag-digital banking na app. And then I figured it out with my wife. Sabay kami nag-learn. She taught me a little din. Then when I finally figured it out, I can't go back na eh. I don't want to go back to normal banking. Sanay na ako sa digital banking. I am sure that will be the experience of everyone as well when they do OST. When they figure it out, once medyo nakuha na nila, they got through the learning curve. They don't want na to go back to physical na magpupunta pa sa layo namin eh. Aminin ko malayo ang PICC, no. It takes a while to get there. So yeah. Siguro just get through the learning curve, try your best to figure it out. And another thing to remember siguro, Ma'am Salve, is that they should make sure to watch some of our webinars because we also have separate webinars no, na teaching you. I think we have one this Friday. I encourage everyone to go to our website, sign up for it, or sa Facebook page ng SEC. They can see and then sign up for that particular webinar on Friday. It'll teach you na talaga how to do it. Watch our videos din. We have videos on Facebook telling you how to initially enroll. Yung webinar kasi natin will tell you how to upload na the documents. So medyo pacing naman po tayo. Meron naman po tayo mga setup po na prepare ng mga communications po natin na team.
Okay, sa lahat naman ng innovation, kailangan ng konting pasensya, mga besh. Di ba? Also because everybody's learning pa. Sabi mo nga, may learning curve dito. Now, what if there's an error? Because I can see all the comments, Commissioner, are coming in. Where they're flooding us with comments.
Yes.
Later, we'll show some of the comments for the Q&A segment. Pero very quickly lang, some are receiving mga errors and other things. Nahihirapan sila mag-register. What do they do?
Yung some of those errors kasi seeing that I've been informed of those and we've discussed with our technical team na rin, no. It's looking like it's a minor issue in the sense na minor at least in the terms of the software, in the sense that they're not supposed kasi to be allowed yata pa yung iba to move forward to the next step. So usually missing field yan or may kulang silang na fill up, mga little things like that. But admittedly, and somehow because of the setup nga, nakakalusot sila to the next step, and when they get to the next step, error na kasi may kulang pala sa first step. So, different issues similar to that. But I cannot broad stroke say na yun talaga ang problema sa lahat. Because mukhang case-to-case basis. I would suggest na lang if possible, Salve, yung what we posted kanina, what we posted na mga websites, email addresses and phone numbers, I would suggest taking a screenshot, baton nyo sa email na yan, and then clarify. There will be someone who will try their best to help you as soon as they can to sort out some of the issues. I understand some of the issues will be unique. But this goes back to what I was saying. This is new kasi. There is clearly a learning curve, and there are siyempre some glitches that we have to get through. We've been at this barely a week. So I understand my issues, and I understand some people are worried now about the deadlines, which is precisely why I was saying that we are looking at possibly moving it back. Medyo open-minded kami about it because we understand everyone's learning, everyone's trying to figure it out. We want to accommodate nga as best as we can to the general public.
So
I hope that covers it.
Yeah, to improve the user experience, you're suggesting they can take a screenshot of the error message. Ulitin ko lang, just so everybody knows what to do. They have to take a screenshot of the error message and either email or call. Sana may chat na, sir. Ayan.
We have a chat actually. We are setting up a Facebook to handle this. No, lalabas din yan. I think I haven't had my update meeting pa of this, no, kasi usually we have that update meeting at the end of the week. But I understand we will have an update meeting on this siguro next week or the week after maglalabas na rin tayo live chat to deal with things like that, no? Like
Ayun,
this.
Virgo, parang Amazon lang. Okay? Parang
Sort of.
Amazon lang. Ani, I think because people now are, eto nagka-problema, I think when I hosted one of the DTI events also on digitalization within different government agencies. So with digital, nagka-problema, wala tuloy silang matawagan, wala tuloy ma-email, and then when there's no email confirmation, hindi na nila alam how to move forward kasi bawal lang tumawag. So I think yours naman is there's a hotline, there's an email address.
And we have several. I will add to those hotlines pa soon. We're just procuring the phone numbers, no, and then the cell phone. So we will have more hotlines. We will upload in a notice siguro in a week or two, no. Like I said, we're transitioning kasi we're adjusting, we're adapting pa talaga. Medyo steep din yung learning curve even for me, no, for something like this. But we're trying. Siguro that's what I want to emphasize to the public. We're trying our best din. So please, I know nahihirapan some of our friends out there. Please be patient with us. We're trying to make things easier for both you and ourselves and trying to keep you safe as well as ourselves.
Yeah, that's perfect. Gusto ko kitang parang nagkaroon ako ng idea, Kelvin. I-video nga kita na ikaw ang sumasagot ng hotline. So people know that the government is taking action. It's listening. I mean, nothing, when government gives birth to a particular project, it takes a bit of time to fully develop the concept. So I think your inputs, your comments, your feedback are very important. So kailangan lang din ng government. Alam mo, papansin kasi kami, Kelvin, eh. Yung mga users kasi ng government services papansin. Ako papansin. Pagka hindi napansin yung comment ko tsaka feedback ko, nagtatampo kami eh. Di ba guys? Maki-press 1 kayo dyan sa baba kung matampuhin tayo. So it's also nice if government very quickly gets back to the people so that they know na hindi nakalimutan ng gobyerno ang kanilang mga hinaing. Ganon. Ayo, but you can see. Yes, sir.
We will try. Yung mga, in terms of the turnaround time, we will try. But yun nga, may volume din kasi, Salve, and we have manpower issues din kasi don't forget, government is required na mga 30% na lang yata ang manpower within the premises din. There was a memorandum circular that came out last. So we have a lot of physical constraints din. But we're trying to adjust na under all the circumstances. Marami nga sabay-sabay that we're trying to deal with. Now, siguro yun ang message ko. Like you said nga, no, na medyo kailangan ng pansin yung mga general public, yung mga filers. On our end, I go back to please be patient with us. We really are trying our best. On your end naman, we ask you, aside from being patient, study and try to learn din how to do the system. Kumbaga similar to how I had to learn GCash, how I had to learn digital banking. I'm sure kaya nyo yan. You guys are more tech savvy than me, I'm sure.
Yeah, but for me as a member of the media, I see this as a very good step towards digitalization. It's something that actually should have happened long ago, but we're just grateful that it's already happening. Being a business owner myself, this is very important so that it's easier. You can comply with all the reportorial requirements from the comfort of your own home. So thank you so much, Commissioner. At to provide everybody with a business perspective, I'd like to call into my beautiful friends, Miss Olivia Limpe-aw and Zarah Juan, who will join us today to give you their own feedback about this. Miss Olivia Limpe-aw is the president of the Distilled Spirit Association of the Philippines, and the publisher or president of Foresight Book Publishing and Distributing Company. Well, she is also the president of Destileria Limtuaco Company Incorporated, the oldest distillery in the Philippines, the country's top exporter, kailangan kong huminga, top exporter of distilled spirits and quality leader in the Philippine liquor industry. Zarah, mamam. Ito na yung mamam. But she herself is our top export to the world, named as one of Asia's power business women of 2020 by Forbes magazine. Palakpakan po natin. Wait, meron akong applause. Asan na ba yung aking applause? Ayan, may pa-applause po tayo. Ay, hindi naririnig. Ulitin, ayun, may pa-applause po tayo, ganun. Tapos, hindi lang po siya. Zarah Juan is also our Philippines top export to the world. Napansin niyo po ba March ngayon? Kaya parehong babae yung aking piniling power businesswoman. Women. Zarah Juan is the founder and creative director of Zarah Juan Brand and president of Greenleaf Eco Bags Incorporated. Kung alam niyo po ang life story na mababaliw kayo, ang ganda. Very inspiring. She received the 2018 APEC Best Award Program, the most influential Filipino women in the world award in 2019. Her company designs unique bags and shoes and outsources the production of these products. If you see her, follow her in her Instagram page, you will love the colors and the design. And she outsources the production of these to various Filipino artisans. Now, Zarah Juan also provides mentorship through Go Negosyo. Ayan, Miss Olivia, ikaw na muna.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for joining this show. Obviously, napaka-informal natin. Hindi ko po ito magawa sa ANC. Dito po lumalabas ang aking totoong pagkatao. And Olivia and Zarah all both know me backstage after their show. Nagulat yata sila na ganito ako kajolog. So, Miss Olivia, I both love you. May we hear from you on the business sector's reaction to the OST of the SEC? Miss Olivia first.
Okay. Sige. So, sabi nga ni Commissioner na, of course, there's birthing pains, right? We're going to go through a lot of trial and error. And I do have a suggestion because I read in the SEC Memorandum Circular number 3 that the operating hours for the OST is 24 hours, but only from Monday till Friday. And since a lot of us are working from home, I would like to make a suggestion, given also what he said, that the manpower restrictions, is in place right now. Maybe you'd like to extend it to Saturday and Sunday so people can practice more. Because normally during Monday to Friday, it's like peak hour, right? So there's a lot of people going to the site, and so it bogs down the system. But weekends, there will be less people. So, those who can't get through your system Monday to Friday can do so on the weekends, right? So it's just a few people that you will ask to come to work to man your IT system. But I think it will also help our 800 plus thousand applicants or applicants to the OST in giving them the opportunity to try out the system. Because as you said, this is trial and error. You make one mistake, you go back to step one, right? So you keep repeating the thing until you finally get it. So I think having more days, giving people more days to practice and perfect it would be helpful during this time. Anyway, they don't have much to do at home rather than keep on watching Netflix. Why don't you practice your online application through the OST, diba?
I feel so attacked.
I have another. Anyway, and then there's another comment. Is one of the things I read here is that, okay, once your application is approved via email, you will be provided an access key, a user ID, and a password. Now, for entrepreneurs that are doing it themselves, no problem because you keep your passwords, right? But if you have a whole accounting department to do it, maybe you could also provide some tips on password maintenance and security, right? Because as you change your people, sometimes we change our accounting staff, and we want to be able to really, secure our passwords. So maybe you could also give tips and guidelines. And also, what happens if your account is compromised? So what do we do? Maybe there's some disgruntled employee and we don't want to think that it will happen, but what if it happens and your account is compromised? What do we do? It's just like thinking forward in an automated system. Of course, it's beautiful, but there will also be some risks involved. And I think the business owners must be well informed about this possible risk and how to mitigate, that problems if we encounter it. I mean, we don't want to encounter it, but if we do, what do we do? What can we do? do to protect our businesses? And then, baka madami, masyado ba? Pwede ba ako one last...
I'm happy to hear all those. Please, I can respond to some of them in a minute. No? Please go ahead.
Okay.
So, parang Andy Rice. Andy Rice.
Hindi, binasa ko to before our show. So anyway, before the SEC had this SEC iView, which is a very, very good system, right? If you want mga GIS, whatever, you can download it. But that's no longer functioning, right? And it's been replaced by the SEC Express system. So you send a request, you want this, and then they courier you the documents, but it takes long. So since you're already capturing all these all these records, all these documents, all these forms and submissions, you already digitize them. Maybe you can already interface and use it to improve your SEC Express system, right? Integrate it. Because I think that would be very helpful to all of us, right? And then you also naman charge for that. So when you charge for that, it's also income for the Securities and Exchange. But I think your system, your payment system also has to improve, because I think we still have to go there and pay. So maybe you want to have like a digital payment system. Do you already have?
Actually, we already have an online payment portal. We launched it about a month or so ago lang. We use Paymaya, credit card. It's fairly new because we had to deal with some legal issues, no. But we launched it na. We're looking at Paymaya. We're looking at improving it pa nga, na idagdag pa natin si GCash, among other things, no. And hopefully Union Bank and other apps like that. But currently we allow Land Bank, we allow credit cards, and we allow Paymaya.
That's good, because there are also fees involved in this whole thing, right? So I think it's good that we can also connect or integrate the payment system, so it's really fully a digital system.
One stop.
Yes, correct. Auntie, I hope you don't mind. I'll go through the ano ni Auntie one by one, no. So
I feel so old, Auntie.
Full discretion, yun nga ang instructions. I'm sorry. I don't know how to call you na po.
Nawala.
Dami pa naman yun. Wait, what was the first one?
Nagbablush pa rin siya.
Nawala tuloy ako. Wait. What? The first one was the online. I think I discussed that. iView. Our problem with iView, iView was an outdated technology kasi, and then it crashed on us. So we are fixing it. But because of the fact na medyo maraming issues din yung particular technology, it has been taking a while for us to procure and get some of the parts talaga from abroad. We do intend to upload iView again as soon as we can fix it. But on that point, that's part of the reason why we're going to OST. And then later on, we will have something called the online search portal. No? Na the intention nga is to make the documents and the data easier for us. But we're not launching muna yung online search portal kasi nga medyo that will take a little while because we need to ingest and correlate all the data pa. So that will take a little time pa. No? But we are aware of the issues with iView. We are also trying. There's so much to fix. Honestly, there's so much to fix sa digital side sa SEC. So iniisa-isa talaga namin. But don't worry, it is on our radar. We do intend to fix it. I go back to my statement nga na be patient with us, give us time. We are trying to do our best to fix it with all these constraints nga, legal and legal constraints na under government procurement, yung mga ganun pa. But definitely, there it is within our radar. We do intend to fix it. On that point naman, kasi marami yun, ma'am, no? Sorry, ma'am, I'll go back to ma'am na. Marami kasi yun, no? Tapos the other one,
security.
Yes. Yung security, kung mag-compromise yung account, we actually are working on an internal dispute mechanism within ourselves sa SEC. Na kung may problema, you report it to us, and then syempre, we will lock the account agad, no, until we sort out the dispute kung sino ba talagang owner of the account. We're actually taking a page from some of the other social media companies. I think yung mga Facebook, they have a similar setup yata na i-lock nila agad, no? Once there's a report. So that is our intention. But that's internal. We won't publish that. I think kami sa amin na po yun. But I guess the point is we do intend to deal with it. We are I hesitate to say ready, no, but we are going in that direction din to deal with that. And then security as to passwords, we can issue yung mga siguro tips, but baka that might be more for your internal for the company's own internal protocols, I think. But definitely we can issue out some tips, mga advice na lang siguro on how to improve your security, no. There was one more, operating hours, tama. Operating hours naman, if you look at the MC, it's the reason we say Monday to Friday, the system is actually open 24 hours. But yung receiving lang kasi, consider it as received Monday to Friday because nga of the legal constraints once again na under law yung di ba, yung working days is technically Monday to Friday. So yung may issues din kasi tayo as to the receipt eh. So if you submit on a Saturday, is it considered received on a Saturday? Yung mga ganon. So we encourage you kung file ka talaga better Monday to Friday. But you can practice with it on the weekend. It's still open to the public naman.
Okay.
So that's perfectly fine. I hope I got everything.
Yes, you did.
Pasensya po.
Yes, you did. Si Zarah ready na.
Ay, sorry. Apo.
I think ang dami na ng notes. Go, Zarah.
Hello, medyo nag-freeze.
Oo nga,
You
nag-freeze
guys
ka, mother.
still there?
Ayan, there you go.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, Zarah.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for having me and Commissioner Kelvin. You can call me ate.
Hi. Hi po.
Oh, pati si Zarah, ayaw niya ng auntie, no?
Lalo na ako.
Joke lang po,
Ate.
Commissioner, But thank you very much for all the efforts because I really believe that progress is not possible without any change. So this is really a good change towards productivity, progress, especially during the time of pandemic. In my line of business, I am into design and manufacturing, and others can really actually call me ate, designer, na ate tuloy ako. So, alam mo naman, Commissioner, kapag ang line of business is on the creative side, all these filing of GIS, AFS, FS, medyo garbled yan sa utak ng isang creative person. Diba? Parang, ano yun? But I also learned through the years that you cannot be a successful designer if you do not tend to your the other side of your business, which is all these things, the numbers of your business that you can see through your FS, diba? Audited or not audited, FS is very important. So therefore, the road towards going online is really something that is commendable. Thank you very much for these efforts. Ang sa akin lang, Commissioner, as I was searching, to, yun parang, alam mo mga tao ngayon, parang kulang na lang talaga spoon feed yung step-by-step procedure on how to do it. Especially those people who are, may cyberphobia pa rin up to this point. Diba? Even our accountant, he's really, really like scared to try it online. And even in the midst of pandemic, he would even insist of, Ma'am, baka pwede na lang tayo pumunta doon. Diba? Sabi ko, hindi pwede. May online na, try it. So, I guess a YouTube channel on, a short presentation on how to do like, how do you file a GIS? Or how do you file your AFS? Or what will happen if your password or your is compromised? Ganon, mga simple few minutes lang na video presentation or have an official SEC YouTube channel. I think it would be easier. Sisigat ka na doon, Commissioner, ikaw magsasalita. De, joke lang po. But I think it would be really but it would be really, really helpful for those people who would really want to try the service. Kasi sayang it's already there, it's being provided. All we need to do is take advantage of all these services. So, yun lang po yung sa akin. Actually, very, yung insight ni Miss Olivia is really tama po lahat yun na a suggestion and a comment that would lead to a better service to our people. Yun lang.
Bet ko yung magiging YouTuber na si Commissioner. Baka pero feeling ko, with all the problems that you need to fix there, feeling ko yung career mo dyan magiging 20 years. But sa on the side, you'll be a YouTuber also. Diba? Para makapagbigay ng comments. So, very quick response from you. And then I would like to, and Olivia and Zarah, please just jump in. This is a conversation. Alam nyo naman, hindi ko kayo kailangan i-traffic. Anything you want to say, go lang. Commissioner, quick response from you, and I would like to go to some of the viewers because ang dami na nilang tanong, sir.
Sige, sure. How should I ate, no? yung after the comment on the YouTube, I will check kung comfortable ang comms team namin to do that. Ang worry ko baka ako naman yan eh. So I'm not But as to the videos, we have a few na. We actually uploaded a few na to our Facebook page and through I think also our website, yung some videos on how to enroll, no, na parang we have a 3-minute long video yata on how to enroll. Yung so far yung wala pa yata would be the one on the how to upload yung documents, yung mga GIS, but that's because it's coming out this Friday, which is why I pitch again yung sa please sign up for the webinar. If you like, go to our website or Facebook page lang. You can sign up there. It's coming out this Friday afternoon, 1 p.m. There will be a webinar on how you will upload nga documents. Kumbaga step by step ng the one who will be speaking is our head of Information and Communications Technology, si Oliver Chato, si Director OIC Director Oliver Chato. So i-explain po niya 'yon. And then we asked the password thing. Siguro we can work on that as well later on. Ang focus lang po kasi namin right now, ang stronger focus is on getting people on board, no? Getting people on board. Kasi yun nga, that's the requirement right now. But definitely that can be also on our radar. Yung mga ibang issues nga like that, no? The side issues like the password issues nga po. Thank you very much, ate.
Salamat po mga ate at kuya. Olivia, meron kang dagdag? Do you have anything else?
Yes, I have something to add. Sorry, ang dami kong something to add. Anyway.
Sige lang, go ahead. Please.
Also, para I don't have to ask other people, nandiyan na si Commissioner, di siya natatanong.
Yes, exactly.
So actually, one of the requirements is when you open your account is you have to have a company email address, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would it be more advisable to make it like a more generic name, like for instance, accounting@company.com, or do you prefer a specific person? No, it doesn't matter, right? Because
sorry. Wait, go ahead.
If it's a specific person, if the person is gone, we have to change it again, right? There's more changing of email addresses in the account.
My suggestion, ma'am, sorry. My suggestion siguro is I don't know how to address you.
Olivia na lang. Olivia.
Ate.
Ate
na lang.
Ayaw yata ng in-laws ko po yun. Baka I'm not being respectful po. But anyway, we will defer na lang siguro to the corporation po, no, what they prefer to use. Because my understanding is iba-ibang style per corporation. Kami naman, ang point lang po namin is that it is so long as that person or department within the company is authorized. Anyway, meron namang system din po to change the authorized filer. So they can be adjustments naman din later on. It
says here that if the corporation provides another email address to the authorized filer, different from the existing email address, we kind of have to enroll as a new corporation.
That's kung may issues lang po. Parang ang point lang natin is that if the corporation itself has an email address na talaga napili, parang generic email address, you can then later on assign a authorized filer kasi who can do the filing on behalf of that corporation. So doon po papasok yung iba-ibang email address if you want. We can have up to a maximum, I think max per company yata is 5 choices, but you one active at a time lang. Take note, one active lang at a time. So you have to use na lang, deactivate. So yeah, kasi to minimize lang din yung iba-ibang submissions kasi we're foreseeing issues din na baka mamaya sobrang daming authorized filers, iba-iba sila submit. No? So it's a matter of control din. But siguro, I guess my point is we will defer to the company anong preferred yun na system as to anong email address you want to put. Anyway, the system can allow naman that to a certain extent. Medyo, if may issues pa po, you feel free to reach out na lang to me separately. Ma'am Olivia, no? I don't know how to na talaga.
Ayan. Na kayo. You can reach Commissioner Kelvin directly if you have other comments. And I super love the energy of all my ates and kuyas in the show. Feeling punso. Matanda na po ako. But I feel like a consultation like this is very precious. And especially with our live viewers today kasi ang dami po talagang mga tanong. And one of the questions that I feel should be addressed is from Meg Gutierrez. Show nga. Meg Gutierrez said that this is a great initiative. However, we are told we are no longer allowed to file the GIS via email. So wala nang option. It has to be through OST. Paki-clarify so that people there might be people who still don't want to do the OST because nga sabi there's fear. Sabi nga ni Zarah, parang hindi po tayo. No? Is there still an option to file via email or wala na talaga?
We don't kasi encourage na the email eh. So I don't think you can at this point no more na. But what you can do, there is an exception. If you look at MC3, section 11 po yata, there is a provision na kung may problems in your enrollment, kung may problems in your signing up or uploading, you can still file hard copy na lang online. Over counter, no? So that is provided for other, it's our exceptional circumstances.
Paulit lang po kasi medyo nag-choppy.
Sorry.
So they need to send a physical document?
They can na lang in case they are not yet enrolled or they can't enroll, may issues with enrollment. There is a section 11 kasi sa Memorandum Circular 3 which is what I call the exceptional circumstances na clause, no? Na kumbaga you can still file hard copy na lang over the counter with the SEC but only if you have a notice or notification from us saying na sige, you can go there na lang kasi may problema, parang ganun. It's a generic email, but it allows you to be able to at least still comply with yung mga requirements for submission, kahit hard copy na lang. So parang that's our transition thing.
All right. So guys, may backup. I know there are a lot of questions on the stream from Facebook and YouTube. Maraming mga nagko-complain kung hindi makapasok, hindi maka-register, hindi maka-ano. Then there's a backup plan under extraordinary circumstances, hindi pwede. First, I think, Commissioner, try to email. First, try to resolve via phone or email. Kung hindi talaga, then do the extraordinary parang final resort na send kayo physically. So there, that's now clarified. Format of GIS ba is same last year and last na lang. Yeah, marami po talagang hanash doon sa mga hindi makapag-upload at hindi makapag-enroll. Yung enrollment link po, I think matatagpuan ninyo sa SEC website. So yung format po, very quickly lang, Commissioner, is the same?
We updated it kasi recently, no? I suggest siguro you check na lang on our website. We have a proposed GIS form, a proposed AFS form there, if I recall correctly. Okay. That might be a better system siguro for checking. I'm being informed by my staff pala, nag-text po sa akin. We actually have a YouTube account na pala daw sa SEC. I didn't know. No? So,
Yan. Okay. Tapos, I think this is a very important question. We're beyond our airtime. Kung nasa TV po ako, kinat na po nila ako. Kasi hanggang 2:40 lang po na ito. Pero sayang kasi the questions are coming in. And this is, I think, very important. When applying for monitoring clearance, what do we show as proof of filing? May QR code, di ba, Commissioner? That you will receive. Oo.
Yes, kung okay na, all your submissions go in fine, then there is a QR code that should have been emailed or sent to you. Kung hindi yung QR code, there is also a way of looking at the form section of OST. You go through the actual portal itself na, you look for the form section, you can see there the submitted reports that you made, no? And then you can just print it out. May watermark na yan on every page, and that counts as proof of submission na in-accept na rin nga ng SEC. That in effect kasi that's like the filing copy na. If once again may issue na naman, I go back na naman yung yung sinabi ko kanina, that you just email na lang with what we showed you, no, on screen, no, to sort out some of the issues there.
Ayan. And then, pwede daw po ba gumamit ng SEC account for 5 corporations?
Well, one account for 5 corporations, dapat hindi kasi per corporation you have your own separate email address in compliance to MC28 from last year. So baka iba yung context ng question, baka she means that can one authorized filer file for 5 corporations? In theory, yes, so long as each of those 5 corporations nominate that authorized filer. Tapos mag-enroll ka separately as that authorized filer for all those 5 corporations. So ganun yung magiging baliktad po yung setup, kumbaga.
Okay, we will be ending our show in a little while. I know bitin ang mga tao, but what we'll do is we will try to go through our social media accounts and get the SEC's response. Tapos ilalagay po natin dun sa mga questions ninyo. If we can do that, we won't promise. We will do our best, but we won't promise. Para lang po maintindihan ninyo na na government is watching and it's listening. Pero bago ko tapusin to, ang ganda daw ni Ma'am Olivia, pero iba daw ang kutis ni Zarah.
Oh.
Ayan po. Okay, so bago po tayo magtapos, thank you daw. Bago po tayo magtapos, saan na ba yun? Meron na po final round. Ay, sorry. May final round. Yes, Commissioner.
Can I mention lang kasi some of the questions might be answered. We have an FAQ kasi na ina-upload na natin. Baka they can check the website. It's there. It should help. Yun lang, fixing it. Sorry.
No, it's fine. All tech companies experience this. Talagang lahat po, Amazon, lahat yan, all the tech companies and all companies who try to do stuff online, digitally. So, lagi pong reminder to check the FAQ and then check the memorandum, check the comment section in this and watch this episode again because some of the questions you actually sent have been answered during the episode. So very quickly po, tatanungin ko lang po ang ating tatlong guests for today. Kung kayo po ay Marvel villain, ano po ang itsura nyo pag kayo ay impatient na at galit na? Simulan po pa natin kay Commissioner. Ikaw, Commissioner, sino ka? Sino ka pag impatient ka na?
I think my staff would say sino yun yung si Thanos, the guy who yung bad guy talaga kasi kung galit ko, galit.
Ganyan po ba?
I wish I had the rings. I wish I had the gems.
Dapat mapadalhan kita nung laruan na gloves. Nandyan yung mga gems niya. Miss Olivia, sino ka naman?
Ako, si Mystic.
Ayun, ganda. Ganda talaga.
Wow,
Favorite ko pa naman yan. Ito si Miss Zarah. Sino sa tingin niyo si Miss Zarah? Hulaan niyo nga sa stream.
Ako sa Iron Man, si Justin Hammer.
Ayun.
Magaling sumayaw. Yeah. Sayaw.
Dapat pala yung sumasayaw.
Oo, di ba? Pero I realize, pagka pikon ka or impatient ka, pikon talo ka. Diba?
Ayun, totoo po yan. So, kaya po natin sinama yan dahil hopefully with all of the solutions that we're trying to come up with, hindi na po tayo magmumukhang Thanos, Mystic at Justin Hammer. At hindi ko na po sa inyo sasabihin kung sino po ako dahil ako ay isang dragon. Kinahihiya ko po yun, pero wala. Ganun na yan.
Sino ba Salve?
Sino ba? Yan, tuloy. Na-on the spot ako yung pag-isipan. All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Commissioner, for this great opportunity. Olivia and Zarah, the gift of your time matters a lot to me. Thank you so much for everything that you put on the table. I think a lot of people are clarified in their mind in terms of what they need to do moving forward. I hope we can continue the conversation offline, Commissioner, if these two women and ang kanilang mga followers at ang kanilang mga kaibigan in the business sector would like to share pa some more just in the effort of improving the system of government, and maybe we can set that up. For all the viewers, sorry, ang bilis ko na magsalita kasi pinuputol na po ako ng ating director. Para dun po sa mga meron po sa baba na mga katanungan, don't worry, just type in your questions. We will try to find a way to get the answers to you. But also, please don't forget, check out the FAQ, read all the documents that SEC has come up with, follow all the instructions in terms of information that you need to input, all the requirements para wala po tayong aberya. At pag nagka-aberya, this. Enroll and register, go here. Increase, go here. Look for the hotline. I think meron sa baba nagko-crawl yung hotline. So please try to use all of those mechanisms so that we can continue to use this new online tool para hindi na tayo bumalik sa dark ages. Tama po ba ako? Huwag na tayong
Correct.
bumalik. Tama. Umaarangkada na tayo. Ayaw po natin maging Thanos, Mystic, at Justin Hammer ang mga tao.
Yep.
So guys, thank you so much for watching us today. Thank you again to all our 3 ates and kuyas na guests today. Sana po nakatutok pa rin po kayo sa ating channel for more information on how to transform our country into the best version of itself. Maraming salamat to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you. Nice meeting you, Miss Olivia.
Bye-bye, Zarah. Bye, Salve.
Bye.